Det er faktisk originalfønsteren fra 1930. Og det er den gangen de gjorde fønster av kvalitetstre. Det er den kalles for al. Det er det som er inni. Ja, det er nesten som at du behøver ikke impregnere. Det er så hårdt. Det var en snikker her som sa liksom. Og derfor liksom begynte å bytte ut i. For at det er litt av preglet. Og da er det ikke så tett. Men det er ikke så bra at det er så tett heller.
Stockholms ventilation kanskje.
Ja. Ja, for det finnes jo hus nå, de møgler er helt nye. De er alt for tette.
Verkligen. Hade mycket bättre material förut.
Ja. Precis.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranams to all of you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Gurudev, all glories to all the Vaishnavas, and especially all glories to our Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya Acharya Guru Varki Jai. So, continuing our theme of the Chaitanya Shikashtakam from yesterday. We pretty much covered the first verse of the Chaitanya Shikashtakam. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Mahadava Agni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadu Jivanam Anandambudhi Vardhanam Pratipada Purna Amruta Swadanam Sarvatma Snapannam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna San Kirtanam. So this is the wonderful Ashtakam that flowed from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mouth. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu represents the golden volcano of divine love, and the Chaitanya Shikashtakam is like a volcano lava erupting from his mouth that expresses his entire transcendental emotions, feelings, and his bhajan, personal bhajan, along with his external gift to us of Harinam, so that we can actually extinguish this huge Mahadava Agni Nirvapanam in this material world. So, in the last line yesterday we discussed that it is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Param means topmost. Param, highest. Vijayate means victory. And what gives us the highest victory is the Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Sri Krishna means, Sri means for us Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is Radharani and Krishna. So in the Mahamantra when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. The word Hara is addressing the highest and the internal Haladini Shakti, or the pleasure potency of Krishna, who is none other than Srimati Radharani, and addressing Krishna himself. So this Sankirtan of Radha and Krishna gives us the topmost victory. Topmost victory over all our misgivings, all our anarthas. It gives us the topmost victory because it not only takes away the negativity, but what is the positive effect? The positive effect is that we become like the beautiful, when the mirror has got dust on it, no light can reflect. But once the dust is removed and it's crystal clear, then anything that you shine, even a little light, it will bounce back. It will be very clearly reflect. So once that cleansing part is done, it will reflect the mercy of Guru, mercy of the source of all the Gurus, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Baldev, and we become mediums of Vidya Vadu Jivanam. We become mediums of Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. The cooling effect of the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's best of the best of the best, Nityananda Prabhu, the Guru Tattva, and all the acharyas who come in that line, we become their instrument in reflecting their kripa, in reflecting their mercy, and we spread it all over. So we become the shining reflection of Nityananda Prabhu. And the result is, when that happens, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Baldev, Gurudev, what is that line that we sing every day in Guru Puja? Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. Then Gurudev, our Gaudiya Acharyas, come to us in a transcendental vision and they impart us that knowledge of who we are in our spiritual identity. Vidya Vadu Jivanam. And because we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we get this transcendental Divya Gyan, which is in the emotions, transcendental emotions or bhav of the gopis. Vidya Vadu. Vadu means, one of the other meanings of Vadu means to increase. But Vadu means increasing what? Increasing Krishna's pleasure. And that means they are gopis. Aradhyo Bhagwan Vrajesha Tanayas Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Vraja Vadhu Taya Kalpita. Srimad Bhagavata Purana Malam Prema Pumartha Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Mitadam Na Yatra Agraha Paraha. Vrajavadhu, if you want to worship somebody, this is like our summum bonum of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Prabhupada used to quote this verse. I don't remember who actually composed it, but it is the time of contemporary or just after Mahaprabhu. One Acharya composed it. I recently heard somebody, I was in Chopati temple and I found out the name and I can't recollect. But it's one great Acharya in our Gaudiya line. So he said that Aradhyo Bhagwan of Rajesh, that if you want to worship some god, then out of so many gods, meaning expansions of gods, then please worship the son of Nanda Maharaj. The king of Raj is Nanda Maharaj and his son. Vrajesh of Tanayas. Tanayas means, Tan means body. And one who has come out of the body, meaning his son. Aradhyo Bhagwan of Vrajesh Tanayas. And if you want to worship, there are so many dhams, so many holy places that one can worship, and they are worshipable. But for us Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Tad Dham Vrindavanam. And if you want to follow the method or the loving devotional service of some particular devotees, then the Gaudiya Vaishnavas recommend that Vraja Vadhu, the word Vadhu comes here, meaning the damsels, the young maidens, the cowherd girls of Vraj, follow in their footsteps in terms of worshipping Krishna. And if you want to worship or read or study or do seva of a scripture, then Srimad Bhagavatam, please, that is our Gaudiya theme. Srimad Bhagavata Purana. It is that Puran which is spotless. Mal means it has got some contamination, which has some kind of, it may have some devotional service in it, but it may be mixed with karma, It may be mixed with jnana. So that is not pure devotional service. But Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Puran. And this writer of this verse is saying, it is not my opinion. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matandam. It is the opinion of Gaura Sundar. Na yatra agraha para. Then I have no need for any other request. This is it. Chapter closed. These 4 things. Worshipping out of all the different expansions of the Lord. The son of Nanda Maharaj. We are not concerned with even the Dwarkadish Krishna or the Krishna who is in Mathura. No. There comes a point in our lives as Gaudiya Vaishnavas. That's it. Just like Satyavrat Muni says, when Krishna, it's a subtle conversation. Sanatana Goswami explains in his Digdarshini on the Damodar Ashtakam that it is like a conversation, a subtle conversation between Krishna and his devotee Satyavrat Muni. So Satyavrat Muni is praising Krishna. Namami Ishwaram Satchitananda Rupam. I offer my obeisances to this great personality who is full of bliss, full of knowledge and eternity, situated in Gokul. So Krishna's ears perk up. Oh, you mentioned Gokul. Wow. And then he says that he's praising his mother. Yashoda Abhiyulukala Dhavamanam. The pastimes. Oh, you know that pastime? That how my mother chased me and how she caught me and overpowered me with her amazing love for me. Wow. You know quite a bit about me, buddy. And then he says that in that up further, he's also saying things about Gokul, where he's saying that what is the verse further saying? That he's drowning the residents of Gokul in a pool of ecstasy. Further, I think in the 2nd or 3rd verse it comes. I'm trying to think of the exact words. Namami Shwaram Satchitananda Rupam Lasata Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Bhiyulukhalat Dhamamanam Paramashtam Atyantato Drutta Gopya Rudantam Muhur Netra Yugmam Mrijantam Karam Bhoja Yugmena Satanka Netram Muhusasha Kampa Tirekhanka Kanta Stita Graiva Damodara Bhakti Baddam Idrik Swa Leela Bir Ananda Kunde Swa Gosha Nimanjantam Akya Payantam. So in this way, this cute, sweet baby Krishna, he drowned the residents of Gokul into ecstasies of pools of ecstasy. So Krishna says, wow, you know about all my naughty, sweet activities. And you know about all my residents of Gokul, that they were so sweetly happy. So then Krishna is offering him, enough. You know me, my opulence in Gokul. You know my mother. You know the residents of Gokul. You're praising me too much now. What do you want? So he says, Krishna, without him waiting to answer, he says, okay, no problem. There are thousands and thousands of yogis and Brahmavadis and Mayavadis waiting in line to get mukti or liberation. So I will give you mukti. Take it. And when he sees the face of Satyavrat Muni, he doesn't respond. Then he says, okay, I understand you want something more than that. It's very rare, but I'll give it to you. I'll give you a place in Vaikuntha. Take that. And then Satyavrat Muni keeps quiet. So then Krishna is wondering, what is it that you want? So he says, Varam deva moksham na moksham avdimva na cha anya vrine aham var ishad apiha. He says, I don't want your liberation, nor do I want to go to Vaikuntha. Okay, then what do you want? He says, Idam te vapurnatha gopala balam. I want to cherish you forever in your wonderful, sweet Gopal Bal in Gokul, relishing your sweet pastimes. So similarly, our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, our goal is to immensely get attracted and attract the Supreme Personality of Goddess Sri Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, but the youthful son of Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Kishore. That's what our goal is. So, Vrajavadhu. So we get the knowledge by the mercy, Divya Gyan Hriday Prakashito. We now are joining the team of the Manjaris, being their servitors. So now we get knowledge. Just like when you're joining a new job, when you get a new portfolio, then your description is defined. This is what your duties will be. This is the team that you will be working with, and this is the person that you will be reporting to. So that is revealed to us, that we will be reporting to our acharyas in the Gaudiya line who are Manjaris, assisting Srila Prabhupada, assisting Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Prabhupada, assisting Bhakti Vinod Thakur, etc., etc., etc. Finally assisting Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, in her seva to Radharani. So that is victory, is it not? So that is the meaning of the word Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. From nothing, a rascal, these Manjaris, our acharyas, take us to the spiritual kingdom of Golok Vrindavan and engage us in the service directly of the divine couple Radha and Krishna. So that is a big victory. There is no other victory bigger than that. One can attain lots of money, fame, name in the material world, and that is considered a success or victory. But people don't know what real victory is. And then, again, Param Vijayate, victory brought about by this Sankirtan, by this Maha Mantra of our Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is such a great victory that we are even able to control Krishna, who is also known as Ajita. Nobody can win over Krishna. But when you are in the Gopi Bhav and the Manjari Bhav, Krishna also comes to you and says, please, listen to me, please, help me, please. I need your help. Krishna comes with folded hands. Krishna is fully controlled by the gopis, by the Manjaris. Their love is so great that Krishna says that I cannot repay you. I cannot repay you. Krishna can repay everybody, all devotees, even devotees in Vaikuntha, Mathura and Dwarka. He can reward them. He can reward them sufficiently, either by his darshan or by opulence, by the 4 different types of mukti. What are those muktis? Salokya, by giving them a residence in his own planet. Sarupya, by giving them beauty just like him. Sarshti, by giving them opulence like him. And what is that? Samipya, by letting them always serve him, by being besides him, by the devotee. So this is also a reward. Hare Krishna. This is also a reward. Hare Krishna. So, but Krishna says that I cannot pay you. The gopis, the Manjaris, I cannot pay you. Not possible. It is beyond my capacity. The Supreme Personality of Godhead here, he concedes. And he says, the only thing, let your compensation be your own glories. That's your compensation. Let your compensation be your own glories. But Krishna himself says, no, there is no way I can repay you. Impossible for me. It's beyond that. So is that not a victory where you can win over the topmost personality, even if you know him as Bhagavan or you don't know him as Bhagavan? He is the sweetest of all. Nanda Kishore, Rajendra Nandan, Nanda Nandan, Yashoda Nandan. So that is what Param Vijayate, that kind of victory, this Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is what it can give us. But we think this is glass when we have such a big diamond. Achartham. This is our misfortune. So this is the main theme or the meaning of the first verse. And there are so many deeper meanings as well. But one more deeper meaning, this is kind of the external and a combination of internal, but there is one very internal deep meaning of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. What is that deep meaning? This Mahamantra, when we chant, it is our sadhana. We are calling out to the names of Radha and Krishna so that our desire is fulfilled. And our desire as devotees is to engage in their divine couple's service. Now this Mahamantra is like Chintamani. It is like touchstone. It is like a Kalpa Vriksha also. When your desires and when you chant very seriously, he is Krishna. And in knowing your desires, it's like when you call out somebody's name. So obviously if you're calling out that person with a lot of love or with a lot of devotion or with a lot of maybe anxiety or a lot of in a helping or in a crying mood, like Prabhupada said that this chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is like exactly the crying of a child. You heard that purport? It is enacted on a transcendental platform. It is not on a mundane plane. Very nice Prabhupada has given. So this Mahamantra, we may have different consciousness when we are chanting this Mahamantra. And he is Krishna and he can actually deliver. Actually, he is just not Krishna, he is Radharani also in this Mahamantra. So they see the heart of the devotee and the desire of the devotee and accordingly give the results. And every devotee may have different sort of transcendental desires or even material desires. And Krishna gives it to them. So we are doing this bhajan because we want something. And the whole goal is wanting transcendental something, which is mainly service. We are taught not to get, because Namaprad number 8 says that we do not chant this as an equal level of any Karmakandi mantra for material gain. So Gaudiya Vaishnavas are very clear about it. So you are asking for something transcendental. Now within the transcendental realm, there are many sevas. Where I get it, it is not just one seva. So you may have something in your heart, something transcendental, and this is Krishna, he can grant it, or Radharani, she can grant it. You may have something different in your heart. You may have something like you are right now making wonderful wicks. So that is your seva that you're doing, and maybe you like it. And maybe Prabhu likes to sing nice kirtan. And maybe you like to cook for Krishna. So we all have different deep desires which Krishna or Radharani engages us according to our transcendental desire. So we have a goal here. But right now we don't know. We are chanting in a general way, so that just engage us regardless of what it is. Just engage us in your seva. That's the bottom line. So why is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself chanting this? That's the next question, and we are leading to his internal reason. So the external reason has been explained yesterday as much as we could. We discussed it. Why is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What does it mean when he is chanting Chetodarpana Marjanam? Big question arises. What does that mean? Does Mahaprabhu have contamination in his heart? No. Then why is he chanting? And why is he saying? So of course, he is saying for the general Sankirtan and its beautiful effects. But if one really thinks deeply and sees the heart of Mahaprabhu, what was the goal of Krishna in coming as Mahaprabhu? What was his internal reason? To relish his own sweetness and to relish the happiness of what Radharani derives, and to glorify Radharani's prema, which is the highest. Madanakya, Mohanakya. Nobody, even the gopis, out of that, Radharani has this exclusivity of Madanakya Prem, Mohanakya Prem, and Modanakya Prem. There are 3 specialties in this prema which nobody can attain. It is exclusive rights of Radharani only. So that prem he wanted to relish, feel. So then he sits in his sadhana to chant the holy name so that he can attain his goal. And Chetodarpana Marjan means he is trying to forget his consciousness as Krishna. Please try to understand this deeper inner meaning. When he is chanting, he wants to forget that he is Krishna. Just like we want to forget that we are this body. That's our goal. Right? That's the initial. That is, Prabhupada said that the primary lesson in spiritual science is that you are not this body. And how many of us actually realize that? We have knowledge, we have some understanding, but the realization is very, very rare. And it will come if we follow very sincerely. Because if that realization is there, then we will see that everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna. We will be so humble that we will understand that all of them are greater than me. Our symptoms will be like a Mahabhagavat. But we can examine ourselves, that in spite of being in the movement or practicing Krishna consciousness for many years, decades, that realization is yet to come. And maybe someday it will, or some lifetime it will. But once that comes, then everything will be fast-tracked. And so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually doing his sadhana in the Gambhira because he is determined to get Srimati Radharani's mood. And that is why he is chanting the holy names. So that he can become victorious. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. So that he can become victorious and attain the bhav of Srimati Radharani. And that Vidya Vadhu Jivanam here means that Vadhu means Srimati Radharani. So he can get the realization and knowledge of Radha. Radha's feelings, Radha's transcendental emotions, Radha's craziness. So this is the internal meaning of why even Krishna himself is chanting the Mahamantra. So now, one more thing that I forgot to mention is the meaning of the word Sankirtan. What does Sankirtan mean?
Congregational chanting.
Okay, that's of course one of the important meanings. And
total kirtan.
Huh? Total kirtan, yes. So Sankirtan means Samyak Kirtan iti Sankirtan. Samyak means full, total. And what does total mean? Total means when we chant the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
For us, what does total mean? Total means Radha and Krishna. Then it's complete. Mahamantra was chanted not even before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In the Kali Shantarina Upanishad, in some Satya Yuga, Brahmaji had a conversation with Naradji. Naradji asked this question, that how will the jivas in this Kali Yuga be delivered? Okay, I understand you said that jivas in Satya Yuga, they will be Kritayam Dhayato Vishnu. They will be sitting in meditation. They are so sattvic Actually, the Vedas were not even manifest in Satya Yuga. Vedas manifest in the Treta, in the form of personified Vedas, from the limbs, or from the heart of Krishna. And then in Dwapar, Vyasadeva compiled them further and then divided them. So he asked this question, so Naradi, and then in Treta, sacrifices will be predominant to attain the perfection of life. And in Dwapar, elaborate temple worship, Dwapare Paricharyana. But what about the jivas of Kali Yuga, my dear Brahma, my dear father? Please tell me. So he says, the 16 letters, the 16 words, mantra, Shado Dasa mantra. Shada means 6 and Dasa means 10. The 16 letter mantra, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, is the means of deliverance in Kali Yuga. Now, let's concentrate a little bit that Mahamantra was also there down at that time. Millions and millions of years ago, we don't even know which age. I don't even want to put a date on it. Also since time immemorial. So what does that mean? That means that this Mahamantra can deliver anyone depending on their consciousness of which expansion of Krishna they are worshipping. So this Mahamantra was there. Those who chanted the Mahamantra, they would get Vaikuntha also. Because their consciousness was Vishnu or Narayan. When they chanted, their goal was that I would like to be a das in the service of Narayan, Lord Narayana. And that Mahamantra was perfect for it. Please try to understand. But for the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed everything. He opened the floodgates of the Krishna Prema and he gave us this Mahamantra so that we can attain eventually Raga Nuga Bhakti, Raga Atmika Bhakti, the Gopi Bhav, Manjari Bhav, Madhurya Ras. Which nobody could give. And Mahaprabhu even changed the game, the rules. Mahamantra, even today, many people in India, they sing it. They're very staunch. And they're very stubborn. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare. Even in Raj, in some ashrams, they will not change that. So we come to the second verse. We will get the answer very soon. So now the second verse. What does the second verse say? Namna makari bahuda nija sarva shaktis. Beautiful line. What does that mean? Nam. In my holy names. Nam. Mahaprabhu has stressed that twice. In the shape or in the form of my holy names or in the holy name. Akari means in or is. Bahuda means many. Namna Makari Bahuda Nija. Very, very important word. Especially us Gaudiya Vaishnava, the word Nija. Please pray and focus extra on this word next time you chant. Nija. Nija means my own. Sarva, all. And Shaktis means energies. So now let us analyze this very slowly. Let us try to digest it very nicely. Krishna, any name of Krishna or any form of Krishna, whether it's Narayana, Vishnu, Sankarshan, Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam. He's got many names and many forms. And they're actually non-different in potency. They're all the same. Just like there is an original candle and you take that and light all of the candles, it's the same quality. But obviously there is one original one that lights the rest. But the quality of the other candles are also the same. They possess. So Krishna says, Mahaprabhu says, that within these names, my names, whether you call him Ram, you call him Narayan, you call him Vishnu, you call him Narsingha, you call him Vaman, you call him Madhusudan, so many different names are there. I have invested all my energies in that name. So that means when you are chanting the Mahamantra and when you are chanting Hare Krishna, it can also mean Narayana, the all attractive, because he is also very attractive. It can be any form of the Lord. Any form of the Lord is transcendental and he is very attractive. And Hare can mean his internal potencies. So it can mean Lakshmi Devi also. It can mean so many different, he says, Bahuda, many energies of mine. Now what can many energies mean? Many energies can also mean great demigods like Lord Shiva. It can mean great demigods like Lord Brahma. It can mean demigods like Lord Ganesh. These are all his energies. So those who chant the Mahamantra with that consciousness, then accordingly they will get the result. Please try to understand, this is quite, it can seem complex. But when Mahaprabhu says that all my energies, different variegated energies, Bahuda means many types of energies, are invested in it. So if your consciousness is Ganesh and you're chanting the Mahamantra, then you will attain Ganesh. If your consciousness is Vishnu and you're chanting the Mahamantra for his service, then so be it. So it depends on the chanter's consciousness of this Mahamantra. But there is a very fine and a very important word, he says, and this is where our Gaudiya Vaishnavas concentrate on, is Nija. Now Nija means my own. Nija means my own. And who is that Nija? My own means my Vraj, my Gopis, my Gopas. So here that Nija means Vraj, Vrindavan. And when it means Vraj and Vrindavan, then we are concerned with his internal potencies. Hara means what? It's just not Srimati Radharani, because she is the head of the energies, but there are other energies in Vraj, other gopis also, other manjaris also. So when you're calling out to Krishna, you're first addressing all the Guru Parampara, headed by Srimati Radharani. It goes, like Prabhupada says, that when somebody offers obeisance, a true Guru will offer those respects and obeisances to his Guru, and to his Guru, and to his Guru. And ultimately it will reach Krishna, or ultimately it will reach Srimati Radharani, because it reaches Rupa Goswami, who is Rupa Manjari, and Rupa Manjari gives it to Lalita Sakhi, or directly to Srimati Radharani. So, this is a very, very important point. I mean, I don't want anybody to lose focus on this. So, Nija, the word Hara means also, we're not exclusively, of course, it actually ends up at Srimati Radharani. That is why in a nutshell it is said it is Srimati Radharani. But the word Hara means Krishna's own internal potencies, which also means all the gopis of Vraja. It also means our acharyas, they are included in the word Hara. Because we don't approach Radharani or Krishna directly. Our approach is through the proper channel, and then our kripa, mercy fructifies on us. This is a matter of analysis, properly analyzing. So we are not contradicting that when the general translation comes, and when Prabhupada as Vaidhi Bhakta says that we are addressing Radharani. Yes, we are addressing Radharani. But how are we addressing Radharani? Just like if you were to address Srila Prabhupada or if you wanted to meet Prabhupada, how would you normally do that? You would not approach him directly. Generally speaking, you would go through his secretaries. Can I have his darshan, please? Can I have 2 minutes with Prabhupada? I have something to tell Prabhupada. And then, according to the proper protocol and respect, you would convey your message or your feelings. And then Radharani, in this case, would engage us somehow or other, because we are under these great servitors of Srimati Radharani, then she will engage us in her seva. And the word, that is why it is why the word Hara, why not Radha? Why not use Radha Krishna? Huh? Why Hara? There's a very deep reason for that. So it means you have to show proper respect to the Vaishnava line, and it really clearly shows Das Anudas Anudas Anudas. The importance of Das Anudas Anudas Anudas. Servant of the servant of the servant of the servant is encompassed in the word Hara. Make sense? So, and when the word Nija comes, that means it is very clear that Krishna is talking about his own family, which is Vraj. He's talking about Golok Vrindavan. So this Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra for us, Hara means Radharani and her entire entourage, her entire team of servitors. I call out to you, please look at me. I'm suffering. Please engage me in your service. Oh Radhe. And Radharani is so compassionate. Her servitors are also very compassionate. And then, somehow or the other, we get connected to one of the most important servitors, Srila Prabhupada. It is not an accident that we came across ISKCON or this Gaudiya line. It is Radha Kripa flowing through her intimate servants who come here to give us the rarest of everything, the rarest of Krishna Prem. So that's what the meaning of the word Hara. When our consciousness should be, when we chant Hare Krishna, we think of our parampara. And then we think of Radharani. Just that word Hara. Hare! Addressing the entire channel. And ultimately ending at the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani. Krishna. Now the word Hare also. It's amazing. What does it mean? Another very interesting meaning of the word Hare. Why is it Radharani? So, of course, in a general sense, we always say Radharani. Yes, it is Radharani. Hara means Radha. So why is there? So what does the word Hara mean? Hara means to steal, to take away. So what is she stealing? She's stealing everything about Krishna. She steals Krishna's mind, Krishna's heart, Krishna's everything. That is why she is known as Hare. That is why she is known as Hare. And also, all these gopis also, they steal Krishna's mind and everything. Especially those in the leftist wing. In the wing of Srimati Radharani. Krishna concentrates on them. Krishna worships them. They steal everything from Krishna. Krishna comes running to them. And therefore, and Srimati Radharani, she is also, Krishna is known as Madan Mohan, one who attracts Cupid. Cupid is very beautiful. But Radharani's name is Madan Mohan Mohini, one who even attracts the attractor of Cupid. So she steals. When you are crazy after somebody, that means that person has taken away everything. Your sleep, your heart, your mind. That's what love does. Even in a perverted way, in our practical experience, When you meet somebody that I'm in love, you forget everything. You forget your food, you forget your eating, you forget anything. The phone rings, she just called. You just think of her day and night. It might be somebody else. You jump because is it her or is it him? That's the craziness that love does. It steals everything. It steals your intelligence. It steals your mind. That is the meaning of the word Hara. And it is Srimati Radharani. So that is again, with which consciousness one is chanting Hara. Now it can be Lakshmi Devi, because she is also the energy of the Supreme Lord. But for us, when we say chant Hara, you are Radharani, who is stealing everything of Krishna. That is who we are addressing. Hara. Krishna. We all know the meaning of the word Krishna. The all-attractive one. But there are also much more deeper meanings here. Why do we chant Hare Krishna together? It is the union of Radha and Krishna. It is our Gaudiya line has got